and welcome back. I always like the sounds of like not having know what to do after the countdown ends, but we are here. So hello. So that's the new podcast. So you're gonna see that for another year in case we don't change anything next year. You don't know. We'll see. But now we're dubbed TNF podcast on all socials or wherever the podcast is hosted. There's now TNB. All right. So welcome back, Faye. Thanks for guys being here.
Hello, everyone.
All right. I think audio-wise we should be good in case Faye probably will not hear me 1 second cut up, but hopefully that won't happen. So let me make sure I got the stream together. Oh, stream is all over there. Okay. Hold on. Let me just make this a little smaller or move this. Or turn this off 1 second. All right. So welcome to season 4, episode 1, and we're going to start. We kind of start this of every time a new guest pops on we haven't heard. But Han, I haven't never asked you this, but what is the etymology of your screen name? Like, how did you come up with this?
My screen name, I don't know. I always like it like rhymes with my usual name, so I just decided to go like Han. I don't know. I always like the name Han too, with like, you know, Han Solo. There's another like EDM artist I like, San Holo, and I was like, oh, it's like Han Solo reverse. So that's kind of how like I liked my name, and it just sounded really cool. So that's kind of just how I went with it, and it kind of fit. Like, and you know, when I was at least younger, when I'd, you know, have some drinks, you know, that'd become my name.
Become your name.
So that's the real boiling reason. Down to what happened. And you know, nice. I grew to the name, so I'm like, I really love it.
Well, there you go. And then also out of curiosity, because I think I've ever had one other, I guess, VTuber on. Is this actual representation of what you look like, or as a VTuber, or animated, or?
I'll say it's a cooler version of me.
It's a cooler version, okay.
Because it's definitely more. I'm in a slight chunky phase right now, so you know that's how it goes.
You know, PT's comment right there. She's like, it's super odd to have the little man sitting in the chair because you're technically in the chair on the stage, and you're even tinier here than you are on your stream.
That's amazing. That's perfect.
Oh, there you go. But cool. All right. So before we kind of start, we want to know: is there anything you can share about Han that we don't know, you have not shared before, that you can share with us in the audience?
Oh, let's see. Well, everyone knows about the singing and the fun little bits of voice acting. What's something I could share? A little snippet. I work in the medical field in some way. That's a fun little, you know, little surprise there. But I mean, in terms of more about me, I love baking cookies. I do love baking cookies.
What kind of cookies?
Okay, so we have this like recipe we do for Christmas all the time, like the holidays. Cream cheese cookies, so simple.
Ooh.
But a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's like a cheesecake and a cookie. Oh my gosh. And it's so simple to make. I'll shoot you the recipe at some point.
Oh yeah. Faye doesn't know this, but Han does, during his streams, he has redemptions for sing part of a song, or even he can do Kermit or Morty. I don't know if do you know Morty is by chance?
I'm vague. I'm aware of the show it's from.
Okay. Here, give us a little sampling. How are you?
A little. Oh, jeez, I can't believe you didn't even know who Morty was, Faye. Jeez. You know, I guess we're gonna have to talk about this later. But that's okay.
Oh no.
Okay, too much?
No, you good. That was good. That was definitely good. Man, thank you. All right.
So we're gonna have to talk about this later. Just like, oh no, not again.
Okay. All right. So we're kind of this is a new year, being a new year. Kind of want to theme the episodes. So this is kind of a 2025 tech and pop culture episodes, kind of. So that's why I kind of labeled the predictions episode, because a lot of things has changed within the new year and everything, and so we're going to talk about that today. But Han, give us a little more about yourself. Like, who is Han? What do you stream? Where do people usually find you? So give us a little more lowdown here.
Sure. HanSarris, that's my name. You know, I started a lot more streaming on Twitch, and now I'm doing a lot more shorts on YouTube as well. I'm doing a lot of Marvel Rivals content at the moment for YouTube, because I've really enjoyed that game, and I know a lot of other people are enjoying it as well, of course. So that's where you can find me on those two for sure. I post on Blue Sky. If you like corgis, that's where I post my dog all the time.
Ooh,
He's I like I've been posting more and more corgi stuff on there, honestly, even though I will throw my schedule.
But I need this Blue Sky link because I would love to be corgi.
Okay, I will have to. I might even. Can I just throw it in the chat? Do you want that?
Yeah,
Please.
go ahead. Let's do it.
All right, here. Let me. Here,
I
real
need
quick.
this.
I've been posting more and more slowly. But his name's Ludwig, and he's an annoying little corgi who's the best.
Nice.
But yeah. So that's just like a little quick snippet about where to find me and kind of the socials I'm on. I do TikTok too, but I'm not that one's a little rocky because it's TikTok.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. And definitely also a topic for discussion today. But yes, definitely one of those ones that is kind of up in the air at the moment. What do you usually stream to? Like, what is your content?
Yeah. So weekends usually be like Marvel Rivals, but I've been a little iffy with it lately. But right now we're playing like Lives of P for Tuesday, so I try to do like a more modern day game, like a new game that came out on like Tuesdays, and then Thursdays I try to throw back for like an older game or something. Like we just finished Sonic Adventure DX. Oh my gosh, what a very interesting bad game. That's super fun. And I mean, it's so much fun. And right now we're doing Okami, but the HD version, which
nice.
I haven't played that game in a long
Beautiful
time.
game.
No.
Nice. All right, so let's do the recap. I know it's been a month, Faye. I know. Has anything changed for you? What's the update?
It's been January for 300 years. Not a whole lot happening over here. I mean, rebrand. So, yep. I mean, that is a thing. If anybody doesn't recognize the name, it's because I changed it at the beginning of the year. Mostly because it was brought to my attention that there was a movie with the same name. Wasn't aware of that. Mm-hmm. And then once one person brought it up, everyone started bringing it up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I streamed for like 2.5 years, never heard of that movie. One person mentioned it one time, and it was all downhill.
She did watch a little bit of it. She's like, I don't understand how this movie is so revered, I guess.
Yeah. And then, secondary reason when I would pop into other people's streams to just view... how we all say the first part of someone's name, so everyone's calling me Almost, and I'm just like, no, thank you.
Almost. Wow.
So I moved my name to the front of it.
There you go. Way to combat that. All right. Let's see. From last month to this month, not much has changed. Also, it's kind of a weird thing because when you go over winter months, it seems like you're just like everyone's like in hibernation mode, and I feel like I'm in that hibernation mode. Like I don't really want to go out, and then we had snow last week, so we're like not going out as much, but now it's like it's melted. Now we're just a wet mud probably out there, more or less. So it's been weird with the water too. I feel like it's gotten like it was cold for a little bit, then now it's kind of warmer again. So don't know. And it's raining for, as Faye brought it up when we went to the store today, raining in the middle of January. Who would have thought it would rain?
Not only raining in the middle of January, but there's still snow on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it's raining.
Oh god.
And I'm confused.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's just like setting up to slip.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna fall and die. I'm the biggest klutz.
Oh no.
But
don't do that, please.
There you go.
Efforts will be made.
But beyond that, work has been the same. Podcast, doing stuff. So kind of ramping up with stuff we're doing for streaming and off. So yeah, a lot of stuff's happening. New year, new outlook on things, and hopefully things will start looking more exciting as the months progress. So definitely looking forward to how this year pans out. So, but yeah, not much else going on since they're neater. So it's hard to tell when things change. When we're just like at the house, nothing much goes on. Like, do we leave? Yes, we do occasionally, but do we do anything exciting? I don't know. What you label as exciting here? So.
I am possibly the world's most boring human. So
doubtful. I'm right here. So
well, there you go. But yeah, I don't know anything to look forward to yet, but we'll see down the line. But January's been kind of like low-key, so that's fine. All right, so we're kind of moving into the topics of the podcast. So one thing that I kind of thought was interesting, and you guys can comment if you confirm or think this is the same or not, is the nostalgia boom. So like the way I kind of look at that, there's a lot of been recent revisits to old franchises. The ones that kind of listed for the talking points were like they're going to do a live action Zelda adaptation at one point, and then they're going to go back and revisit Harry Potter. So have you seen anything that you've seen that's coming back to a new generation being retold that you're excited for? But there's also two other things that are coming recently, that is Superman reboot, for I don't know how many times they rebooted Superman. Another one's coming down the line. And also, for Disney fans, Lilo and Stitch is going to be a live action. So anything, I know, it's kind of things like you wish you probably wouldn't want to, but they're going to do it anyway. So anything you guys have seen recently or kind of recollected that you remembered as a kid, but now it's come back again for the new generation?
Yeah, I guess I mean, I'll give a shot here. I'm a little surprised they haven't done a Hercules live action. Like, of all the ones to do a live action with, I feel like that would be pretty crazy. But I guess things that I see when I was
Disney movie,
yeah, like something like that. But I mean, one of the things that I saw that I guess technically came back after what, 23-ish years, 24, 20-ish years. Wicked. You know, I saw that movie. It was pretty good, but oh my gosh, why was it almost 3 hours long? They're doing stuff like that with some live action, like all this stuff they're bringing back. They're making it almost twice as long, and I'm like, and then somehow not putting as much in there. I don't know how they do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Faye's got a comment. I see it in her eyes. Go ahead, Faye.
Oh no, that's a long ass tangent. You do not want me to start.
Maybe.
Well, I will cut you off at one point, but go ahead, start. This is a podcast. So content.
Oh no, like I'm one of those people that, like, I read the Wicked book before the play, or before I ever saw the play. I've seen the play online, like 4 or 5 different versions of it, and then I went and saw the movie, and I have so many issues with the movie. So many issues, but I don't want to spoil anyone for anyone who hasn't seen it, because overall it's not terrible. But if you're someone who has been a fan of the play for a very long time, there are definitely some things that are going to piss you off. So just go in there with your expectations lowered, and then you'll enjoy it.
I don't want to spoil any of it either. I will say, and I feel like this was probably, like, you may agree with this, but by the time they got to the finale and that thing just kept going, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm like, oh,
they
good,
ruined that one.
Oh,
they
wow.
ruined that song so bad.
They really did.
Wait, did they actually end it on? You can say yes or no to this. Did they actually end it in a good spot, or was it like not ended well?
I haven't seen the play in so long. I think they ended it about where intermission would normally be.
Okay.
It's like, storyline wise, it is a good point, because there's a time skip where after where they put it. But they did not end it well.
Oh, okay.
They did not stick the landing.
No sticking the landing.
Yeah.
When is the next one supposed to come out? Do you guys know?
I don't know.
Year,
No idea.
I think. They're like, and then they did. I saw like a post somewhere. They didn't even call it like part 2. They called it for good, like Wicked for good. And I'm like, oh god. I'm like, they're not even gonna know there's a first one. Whatever. That's.
Yes, there's a lot of things going on with that. His face,
like literally like holding it. I can see it.
Yeah, I can see her too. She's like,
that's okay.
That's yeah.
Okay, that was my little tangent on something that was old that they brought back in movie format, I guess.
I want them to stop touching things, because every time they bring anything back, they ruin it. I have not seen them bring literally anything back and it bring additional value to what they tried to bring back.
True. There's a very high expectation. What else would be? What about? I don't know. This was only a couple years ago, but the seemed like trying their continuation, the Ghostbusters. Hey, Deft. But what about the Ghostbusters movies? Do you guys? I don't know if you guys have any
I didn't see
opinion
any of
there.
the new ones personally.
Timmy Faye is not seeing any new ones either.
So I did not actually get to see the Ghostbusters movie. I wanted to. Life was lifing.
Okay. 30-second boss. Give me a second. Life was lifing, huh? Ah, see.
Oh yeah. For anybody who knows the Fae lore, that was right around the time that me and my now ex-fiance started fighting about his inappropriate relationship with his female friend.
Ah, okay.
Oh my.
Well, that was
While
definitely Life
also
is
dealing
Lifing.
with the fact that my dad had cancer.
Oh my gosh.
That was a lot of good. And
So
we're back.
life was lifing and I was not
There.
doing movies.
Well, all right. So, like, to kind of summarize for people who haven't seen it, kind of not necessarily, well, to kind of continue the story after. So, like, it wasn't a reboot, it wasn't considered a rehash. They kind of like looked at the story, what would happen to the Ghostbusters after, because you know one of the actors did die, so there's no way to bring back into a third movie of the Ghostbusters trilogy. But I feel like they've kind of like revamped, and like they did it twice. So like you saw the Ghostbusters with the all female cast. They tried to kind of spin it that way. That didn't do as well. But then I think this one has at least done two, which is really like set after the last Ghostbusters film. And I feel like it did well, but I mean, to common people, I grew up on Ghostbusters. So I grew up on the cartoon when I was a kid. So that was like etched in my head, and they're definitely how it progressed into the movies and such. So it was a good time, to say that. But of course, we have to bring up in chat. I know you guys are familiar. I'm not that familiar with. I've seen the original parts of Dune when they first came out in movies. Have you guys have any of that on your radar about Dune? Or
Faye?
I've never read the books. I have seen the most recent two movies. They were distinctly okay.
distinctly okay?
Would not be a movie that I would have chosen, but like I disclaimer that, and I am someone who prefers dramas and horror movies, and this was not either of those things.
Well, there you go. I felt like I remember watching them, and I feel like you put me in a dark room for a long movie that is about over 2 hours long. You're gonna put me to sleep. I'm just saying.
So that's what happened to me. But I know it's good. Like I was enjoying it, but I watched one the first day and then a second one the next day. But both those days I was in a different state, and like we did
Sorry,
a lot of
Deft.
activities.
No, Deft, you'll see yourself out.
No, Deft. I'm actually with you because I listened to at least the entire first audiobook, like within like in 2 weeks basically, and that's like a lot. But you know, I really enjoyed like the story, and they just kind of like throw you into this world right away, and you know, and you just like it's like this is this, like accept it. And I think also how they portrayed it in the movie and was able to condense all of that down into essentially what 5 hours total was a really like they did a really good job, honestly. But I understand because I did end up falling asleep like during both times I saw it, because I was like, if you're tired and in a dark room, like but it is a very, very interesting movie if you like have your coffee type of thing.
Yes, so I recommend if you were to watch this, make sure you are not tired or sleepy. But I think the content of it was great. I feel like I remember it. I can't remember exactly my memories of this when the kid. I feel like it was split up over many iterations of them. Oh, I don't know if it was, but I feel like when I saw this as a kid, I was like, this is very great, but there was no like for me to understand why. My sister probably really liked it when we saw it, but like I was like, there's like some things with like very extensive lore you would have to explain to me, because like my attention span is the size of pea when it comes to things that are really complex. But yeah, just saying that, yeah, so Dune adaptation, yes. I don't know, anything else has come back? I'm trying to think of anything else recently that has come back.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of curious. Like, well, they're doing that stupid prequel with like Lion King, but I hate all these live action ones, but I'm just like curious on your guys' opinion. I haven't seen anything on it. I don't know if they came out with a trailer. How do you think the Lilo and Stitch live action will actually be? Because that anime movie was great. I'm curious.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's anything.
Right.
I am so positive that they are going to mess Stitch up. They're going to do it horribly. They're either going to make him look like he doesn't belong in the world, like not like alien, but like not, because that would be like what we would expect, but like within the world that they have built of the movie, right? Like bad CGI kind of not belonging, or it's going to go the route of like the stupid lions from their version of the Lion King. That's just awful. I don't know which one would be worse.
Let's see. There is a 30-second. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's put this on. I can't remember how to put this on. 1 second. I gotta find where it is. There you go.
Oh, hi, kitty cat.
It's gonna pop in the lower for everyone to kind of hear and see. If you're on stream, you'll see it. And listen, we'll see.
Switch over.
It's a very short trailer. So we'll see what this actually involves.
Yeah, let me see if I need to put my foot in my mouth.
Okay.
The original Sonic.
All right, ready? Let's go.
Okay, that's not the worst.
Not too bad.
It actually looks pretty, you know. They animated it like well.
Well, there you go. So we don't know. We just watched the trailer. It's a very short trailer. What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, it's better than I expected. I still need to see him in universe.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad they made him fuzzy though.
Okay.
You know how many times I have argued with people that he is not reptilian? Way more times than I should have, because he says in the movie that he is fuzzy.
Well, there you go. You brought out the thing about Sonic, so you want to kind of, I know what you're talking about. You want to elaborate for everybody?
No, it was just, I was reading AKA pseudonymous, excuse me for butchering your name, but look at the animators behind the original live action Sonic to do Stitch. Do you guys remember that? Bad Sonic?
I remember
from the
that.
first Sonic movie? Oh my gosh. They did,
Yes,
what were they
PT,
thinking?
he was
Human
mistaken for a dog.
Human teeth. Ugh. I'm sorry, that's what I said. Like, don't get the Sonic animators to do it because I read their comment. I'm so.
Oh yeah. It kind of brings back the thing. So like being nostalgia boom things coming out. You feel like we're running into like a creative drought? Like I feel like we're kind of like rehashing on old stuff, trying to bring it back for a new generation. Because all the people that watch this now are probably adults and have kids. So is that a marketing strategy, or what do you think?
So I mean, they're obviously doing like the base idea because they don't have a new idea that they're trying to essentially sell a whole new franchise on and about. But at the same time, you know, Sonic movies, good example. You have now 3 Sonic movies from essentially this character that's been out forever, and you're getting these characters to play them, I think, extremely well. You got what's his name? Benjamin Schwartz, I think, is the voice of Sonic. Really funny comedian. The guy from Parks and Rec, if you remember that guy, John Ralphio. But you know, he's the voice of Sonic, and he does a great job. And you know, they get all these different characters, like putting new spins on these old characters. So it's good to see other people's interpretations of it, but it would be nice to have new IP. But I feel like we are hitting a bit of a wall of IP because you have to compete with Sonic, Mario, and even like Harry Potter, or you know, Lilo. Like I get it, but you know,
yeah,
it's good and bad.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got this issue where like everyone's worried about like making sure the investors get a return on their money, so nobody's taking chances or trying anything new. And it's safer to just rehash old things because it did well in the past.
That's true.
And they're hoping that our nostalgia will make us just fork over the cash that none of us actually have. That way they can print some more money.
Yeah, that's also very true. Very true. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So predictions for this would be Stealth's coming back. Leo Stitch is definitely coming back a lot sooner than I looked because I didn't realize December. But we'll see how they adapt these to live action. And I feel like, do you feel like going from animated to live action, is that an improvement, or should we never touch the live act or the animated content, or what do you guys think?
I think if it was animated, you have to be so much more careful with the way that you transition it to being live action.
Oh,
because
yeah,
there's things that you can just
animate the PT series, but it's still anime, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. Just like animation lends itself to like breaking physics and to the hyperbolic in the stories that you can tell and the way that you can have your characters act. And so there's always going to be this really fine line of bringing things back enough to where they feel more grounded. If you're using live action, it has to be more grounded, but not bringing it back so far that it has lost any of the magic that you had the first time around. And I think most people are missing the mark.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, what was like the last, at least in terms of Disney, the last animated movie that they did was like Princess and the Frog. And that was a beautifully done movie, you know, with a lot of great animations to it. But instead they're doing, oh, it's live action. First of all, Lion King is not live actions. Those were not real lions. Those were 3D animated lions. And I hate that they keep saying live action for, you know, it's not. Obviously, Lilo and Stitch, they'll probably have, like Lilo and Stitch, they'll have real actors, I assume, play the people. But if it's just all 3D animated, it's not live action.
They're saying live action in, like, it's like they're replacing the phrase 3D rendered with live action. And they're treating it as if animation strictly means 2D cartoon.
It's a very thin line.
And I bet you I would not even be surprised by the time we're all like 70 or whatever, like they're going to end up flipping it again where, look, we have updated 2D animation of the old movies we did. They're going to just kind of like there's going to be a brand new
Honestly though,
Stitch.
give me that.
That'd be great. I would like that.
I want them to just like reanimate, like just literally recreate frame by frame the old stuff, but in higher quality, and then give it back to me. That is it. And that's also what I want them to do with my games. Please stop remaking games and like changing the plot or adding in subplots that didn't exist or changing character motivations or whatever you're doing. Please just remake the game beat by beat, but with modern graphics.
Oh, there you go. Play there for all the video game publishers out there. Do what face does. There you go. All right.
All of the gamers will hand over their wallets if you do this.
You are absolutely correct. I would agree with you.
Honestly.
Yeah. But all right, so let's kind of move along. So Han, I explained to you. They always like to re-explain it just to clarify. We do kind of think it's the AMA question. It's kind of a reverse AMA. So something that you want to get to know or ask that's appropriate for the panel. And you are up first, sir.
Oh, so I ask you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, you have a question that you ask us.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. It's been a very, very busy week. I did like a glimpse of this at work. I did have some thoughts. I mean, what made you both start streaming? You know, like what was the spark that just made you want to stream?
Okay. I want to hear Faye's answer. Faye's laughing.
I already like Faye's laughing.
Let's go.
I am a coward who loves horror stuff. And there were all of these horror games that I had been told had phenomenal stories. But I'm too chicken shit and could not do it because the first time a scary monster jumps out, I would throw my controller and run away. Because I'm one of those people that when I'm playing a game, the character is me, not an extension, not something like my brain says that's me. So that's me being attacked, and I noped out. So I started streaming so that I would have people basically to hold my hand while we go through the scary thing together.
I love it. Oh, you have to play the cabin horror game, the Cabin Inspector one.
Oh, I've already done that.
Oh, perfect. Yep. Oh, perfect.
Yep. It's been many years now. I've gotten a little bit better at it, but I also always have people there with me, and I'm like, cool. At least if one person shows up, we're good to go. Let's do this.
Awesome. Love it.
My started was kind of the advent when COVID kind of struck, so like I was like at home and people like had, you know, what to do with themselves because, and I got more like looked at streaming and looked at people streaming and I'm like, all right, I can do this. So then I started kind of investing and like picking games and, you know, just, I guess I feel like for me, it's more like just to have that space for someone to come, you know, hang out if they didn't have anything per se to do. So that's how I kind of got started, and we evolved to this, apparently. But so the podcast kind of advented from like just hanging out on stream. So I've been doing this for a while too, and kind of stuck with Faye joined me only, I think, was it last season you started?
Last January was when I started with
a year. So Faye's been there a year. I still been her, so that's how my motivation kind of lies. And it's kind of interesting because it's hard to look at this as a job per se, because like it's very for income wise, and for anyone even considering, you know, streaming, it's very not determined income that you can get from this. But I only do it for the fact that, you know, something I can do, enjoy on my off time, and I try to be consistent as I can, and, you know, be here and do the things. And it could be something that you enjoy, something that I enjoy, something that scares me. Sometimes I get Faye to do a height simulator where she doesn't realize she's doing a height simulator, and that scares her a lot more. But yeah, and then she knows it's coming back soon. That's why she's
I do.
So yeah, but
my biggest fear is heights, and I didn't know. And Ty's like, "Let's play a game," and it's a team building type game, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds fun."
You know what game it was on? It was Chained It Together.
That's it.
Yep, that was it. Streaming's great for you to like get exposure to these types of games though. It's so much fun.
I literally started crying on stream the first time.
Oh my goodness.
I had a full-blown panic attack.
Oh.
That's how in depth for fears.
Have you played it since though?
One more time. I had a panic attack that time too.
No.
It's so bad.
Well, like I said now, because like we're out of the hell area, so we're kind of in the.
No, do not say I like it. That is an overreach, sir.
It just seems a little more city-like, so
more
it's fine.
City-like, so it's not as scary.
No,
on a skyscraper,
I just close my eyes more.
A lot of us closing her eyes when, like, she doesn't want to grab the first one to grab on the thing to lift the stuff. She's kind of like, I'm just gonna dangle here. You guys let me know when we're ready to drop on the ground again. So yeah,
that's amazing.
Oh, my face
goodness.
is getting hot just thinking about
it.
I'm
sorry. Let's stop thinking about it.
Well, hold on. But can we comment on why did you start?
Why did I start? Oh boy, let's see. I feel like I've done like a couple channels here and there, like in the past, whether it was music, and you'll never see that one, or
Jack, go find it.
Yeah, good luck. But whether it was like music or another game channel way back when, like, 10 years ago, but I just always enjoyed playing video games all the time. And finally, I started getting like more into the flow of it because I just needed a release from I just needed like a creative release at this point. Because, I'm just going to work, doing the same thing, and I'm like, all right, I want to do this. And I wanted to do this. And then, started meeting a couple more people, met PT, met you, and so on. And I just kind of I started kind of getting like, oh, streaming, I need to like build more community and like be talking to people. And I just started really enjoying that as well. So it became a lot of fun doing. And I kind of just got into it. And that's the main reason. I don't like expect to make really anything out of this, but I'm enjoying it. And, you know, I still want to push to try to make something out of it. But for the time being, I am having just a fun time as, you know, something a little extra to do to flex my creative muscles.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic, and it's kind of a topic that kind of broached a lot during, I think, the beginning of this year. So the TikTok ban. But also, I don't know if this is like, I've heard about this, and they can correct me or not if I am correcting about the fact checking from Facebook, how they were removing that, but then I think they may put it back again. But how is social media going to move forward now? Because I think that's a major thing. I think this year, when with the advent of AI playing a role with like any content generation, because I've seen a lot of things, I don't know if you guys have, that are AI generated. So like, are we going to be going down the route of maybe trying smaller communities such as Blue Sky or Discord servers just to keep social? But what are you guys' thoughts on everything that's going on with social media currently?
To my knowledge, they are still rolling back the fact checking on Facebook and have no intentions to continue with that.
Okay.
I would be very careful with what's posted anywhere. I'm already seeing a lot of censoring happening on the bigger social medias, and I think decentralized social medias are probably going to be more popular. Not like, I don't think they're ever going to eclipse the big ones that we got going, because, you know, they're kind of at this point where they're a little bit too big to fail. They've got so much money in them. But I do think that more people are going to start moving to decentralized social media, such as Blue Sky. It's kind of up in the air, though.
Right now. Well, out of all the people in the world, I don't know if Han, do you watch TikTok too? I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I do TikTok.
Okay, so I was one of the many few that uninstalled the app the day of the ban, and didn't face your because you should have waited. Oof, indeed. So I have not gone on TikTok on my phone. I've kind of branched off to any other social media. So like the add on this, have you seen rises in things like, I know Flip was one that came up, the Red Note, the comparison to TikTok. Have you seen more people taking more of a stance towards those, or I don't know, what's your social radar? Because I feel like if people remove TikTok, there's no way to watch it now unless you're on your computer, but it's not as convenient as you're on your phone. So
the other problem with TikTok right now, because I didn't uninstall it because I don't know, something told me where I'm like, it's gonna come back. Plus I accidentally kept opening it for the 13 hours it was gone. I mean, I just couldn't get rid of it yet. But I mean, ever since it has come back, in all honesty, it hasn't even been all that great. It's been essentially just gloom and doom. Like the occasional video game stuff, and sure, you get some news here and there from stuff you want. But I'm like, this is just depressing at this point. A lot of TikTok. So I don't know if people have moved over to those other sites already. Chances are they could have. But then even if people uninstalled it from their phone like you did and then didn't reinstall it, you probably lost a good portion of people from that as well.
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't really even tell you where social media is going tomorrow, let alone a year from now. It's kind of all over the place.
But have you guys, because Pseudo says he's never seen an AI generated image. Have you guys seen anything? Because I can comment on.
I think he's being facetious.
Oh, okay. If he's being facetious, then
I'm voting facetious as well.
All right, thank you.
So sorry.
There you go. He was sarcastic. Pseudo, you have to realize when you type things out, it does not translate that way also. But
I tell him that all the time.
You have to put
sir,
wink
emotes exist, please.
Wink an emote or something after you type your sentence, sir. But okay.
No, the general rule with Pseudo is if he says anything, assume sarcasm or a joke first.
Okay, we'll do. But
So pseudo serious. Got it.
Yeah.
there we go. Serious. All right, we got you now. All right, but like in the advent of AI, like, how would you feel? Like, would you trust anything now per se, or would you have to kind of confirm? Because I feel like if something's AI generated and it's like spreading on social media, like, will we ever fall into that trap of like, oh yeah, this is real, or but no, it's actually AI entirely?
I mean, there are definitely people who are already struggling to figure or to see the differences between AI and not AI. We really should start teaching classes, but
They
if you
do.
know what you're looking for and you just like take even just 10 seconds and really look at what you're seeing before you jump off and start making assumptions, you can, like, they're not seamless, they're not
Right.
perfect by any means. Every single AI thing messes up at least 7 or 8 things in every picture they generate. So go ahead.
Oh, no, but I do believe they do like teach classes on being able to tell if things are like AI, like trying to like I took a class in it at some point. I forget exactly what it was called, but it was essentially to help you differentiate, like, you know, something that's photoshopped, something that's AI, to like the best of your ability. It is getting more and more difficult to do so. So it's got to be looking for the very, very minute things at this point.
True.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there too. There are classes for that, but it's
That's good
it's
to
just,
know.
but it's also just to like more so make you aware that it is possible for things online to be faked. So like just kind of, what is it, internet literacy? I forget what it's called, but it's something like that.
Okay, interesting. All right. But you guys do see, are these big conglomerates, social media is going to stay around? Or you feel like we're turning towards small now? Or what's the thoughts on that?
I think that the big social media is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, because I think there's a large chunk of society that's not willing to give it up. For like example, if we use Facebook, there are some people who just genuinely avoid or enjoy Facebook. And then there are people, like, I know plenty of people who are like, well, I'm not, like, I don't have a profile, but I keep Messenger because all of my family's on there and that's the only way that I have contact with them at the moment. Or like if you have friends who are like overseas and you don't use Discord for some reason, then those people are using Facebook to keep in contact with those people. So unfortunately, I think we're going to be stuck with those for a while, but I do see a rise in smaller or alternative social medias for a little while anyway. I'm not sure if we're going to get any like new mega social medias, at least not in the next like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. That's rare. Okay. On your anything, Ned?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. Even if everyone were to leave, this is just like an opinion, not like fact, but I just feel like if everyone even were to leave, like Twitter or Instagram and Facebook, I just feel like it'd be filled up anyway, and they'd still be making money from like bots or something. I don't know, like it'll never be done, and then people will always be like lurking on it in some way, just even to see the content that's on there. But I do wonder. Well, another point too is that even when they start splitting off to like Blue Sky and these smaller communities, it's not that they split off into it. I feel like it's something else they add to it, which is good. Which is like good if you want, like, they're just all kind of turning into like their own communities and kind of drifting towards their own. The people that you'd expect in each one, I guess it's slowly drifting into that. Not a bad thing. I just feel like that's what it's going to eventually go into. And yeah, I do agree with Faye. Like probably a new one would end up, rising up, maybe like joining the big, how many are there now? Like 3, 4? I don't know. But yeah. There's always potential.
I agree. Yeah, it was,
One
it
thing
was that we were talking about. Yeah, things are banned. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, one thing I will say that I love about Blue Sky though is the way they've handled the block feature is top tier.
Oh, what they do with it?
There are, you can create a list, or you can go find lists that other people have made, and you can just block the list, and then anything that gets added to that list, any users or hashtags that get added to the list, it auto blocks them for you as the list gets updated. So you block the list once, and then anything that's added is just, you don't have to worry about it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It's a wonderful feature. So it has already helped me keep my feed very clean.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I love it.
Nice.
All right. So going to my kind of question, I feel like because we're talking about social media and such, would you guys, let's say this, if you have your phones, I know we have phones and everything. Let's say if we were limited to one app, could be social media, could be something else you fairly enjoy, something else you use to communicate. What is that one app that you only could have on your phone and you couldn't have anything else? I know it's a hard question.
I'm going to assume that we're not saying the text messaging programs are an app in this instance, right?
Yeah, I think those are standard. I feel like we can.
Fine.
Okay.
I think those. Yeah. So not just text. Like anything besides that.
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Ooh. I would say Discord, because I do a lot of communication through Discord actually, and that's one I would like on my phone too sometimes, because sometimes I'm out and about and I get messages on there, and
Yeah.
weirdly- but YouTube's a good one though, because I'd be bored at work.
But Discord does have a website, and the mobile website is not complete ass like YouTube mobile. Not on the app is ass.
Yeah, that's true.
So, if I have to have one app, I'll keep the YouTube app because it actually works. And then if I need to have Discord access on my phone, there's a web browser.
Yeah,
Well-
Discord has been pretty bad on the phone lately.
True.
You get a message like 20 minutes later sometimes, but yeah.
I'm getting notifications, like a friend will DM me. I'll respond to that DM, and 20 minutes later, I'll get a notification on my phone about the original thing that my friend sent me.
Yep, I've seen that too. So the question was phone. So like, yes, phone is convenience. Phone, if you have that to your hands, phone you're at Axel. PC requires you to get up, walk over, either pull your laptop up, sit at your desktop. It requires a lot more effort to get to these sites. So phone for sure, just for sure, convenience. I would still think probably for terms of content, because like we're not talking about communication, but yeah, it's still YouTube, because I feel like YouTube would have enough. Their mobile app is good enough. You can see every description you want. You can browse. You can just mind drum through shorts and all the different things too. So I will still do a YouTube for sure. If I had TikTok, it's still installed. That would be a second, but I don't have it installed anymore. So it's not on contention for anything at this point. But I feel like, but kind of like, yeah, the kind of just to branch off of that. So Discord for communication, I can see that, because like Discord is still pretty good for the mobile app, just in terms of, keeping in contact with people. And funny thing, I don't think I knew about Discord probably until I started streaming. I feel like.
Oh dang, you're a late adopter.
I was a late adopter to Discord. I was a late adopter to
Wow.
Facebook too. I feel like I got into it after college was over, and I was like, Facebook. Oh, okay. But yeah.
I was using Skype until we're finally like, me and my friends were like, oh, this thing called Discord's been out. We should start using that. Like we were pretty, like Skype was still a thing, doing the group called Skype.
Oh my god, I'm gonna show how long I've been doing gaming stuff. Do y'all remember Mumble?
I do not.
Why
What
does
is
that
Mumble?
sound familiar?
Mm.
That sounds familiar.
Explain. You can't just drop that and not say anything.
So I play Final Fantasy 14. This is relevant, and there's like a divide in how people used to talk pre-Discord. So if you were someone who played WoW, you used TeamSpeak. But if you played Final Fantasy XIV, you used Mumble.
No.
It was
Oh my
basically
God.
opposing factions. And I remember like Mumble was kind of a pain. Like you had to like get like numbers and then input them into your Mumble to get onto a server. And it was always a little bit janky.
I'm searching it up right now. It looks insane.
And
No,
it was always a little bit janky.
Yeah.
And then like I had taken a short break, like an 8-month break from Final Fantasy, and during that time period that I was gone, probably near the beginning of it, Discord released. So I came back and nobody used Mumble anymore. Everyone was on Discord.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, like my Discord account's only like 7 or 8 months past when Discord released.
There you go. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So, leading from that to the next kind of topic is short form content. So I know Han's big into doing YouTube shorts. I mean, we see a lot of stuff short form content from TikTok. The one thing I was kind of interested to kind of talk about is the e-commerce, because like you see a lot of people like, this is a thing I got on TikTok Shop or something, or this is a thing I got, demonstrating what the product is, having a link to sell that product, which is kind of like a chance of like a social influencer trying to influence people to buy something that they're kind of promoting. So like, but then also to kind of go along the lines like you're doing social media, you find something you found online, say, oh, I need that, and then you watch someone either have a video about that or have a live to kind of describe the product and also try to sell. So, and then it kind of goes back to AI recommendations, because you can see, I think everyone's kind of coming across this like phenomenon, like you start looking at something on TikTok, then more videos show up of that topic, and then somehow you get products related to it, and then you're like, the rabbit hole just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But would you buy something from someone showing a short form video? Are you kind of anything, or would be pertaining to watch it live? Because live shows like products now are more prevalent today. So short form content, e-commerce, AI driven recommendations. What do you guys think?
So if you mean like those live TikTok shows where they're just like shelling things, that's way too QVC for me. My grandmother was a QVC person, and I'm good. I see those QVC style things, I'm just like scroll past, get off
so
my
that's
feed.
one form of it.
I was thinking the same thing, by the way. I was like, so cute.
I like e-commerce, especially for like small businesses, because I feel like it gives people who create small batch things a way to sell products and to have their own little businesses. Because not everyone, like, some people have a product that's very good, but like if they're pricing it fairly for like how much and then like let me get my thoughts in order here. If they price it fairly for how much they actually spend to make it, but don't maybe have enough time, like say they have kids or something like that, to make enough to have enough profit to cover rent of a like facility, e-commerce is a good way to where they can still get their product out there, they can still make money, but they don't need to pay for a whole extra real estate. They only have to use maybe like a room in their house, or maybe even only part of a room or something like that, and they still get to get their stuff out and do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Just don't buy the seafood boil.
What?
No.
Oh,
What?
you don't
No.
remember that on TikTok? You
No,
didn't see
tell
that?
me please.
Oh my
I missed that
gosh.
one.
There was a month, maybe pretty recently, maybe within the past 6 months, there was like a month where people were selling Oh, look right here. It's a bag of liquid and seafood in it that people are buying for. Yep, I know, but I just don't buy the seafood boil. But people were doing it,
Wow.
and people probably got sick. But anyway, sorry.
No,
But yeah,
I mean,
those are
there's
little
always
rooms
a
they're doing it.
caveat.
Mhm.
That's legal. I don't know. People were doing it though.
That's true.
I mean, obviously there is downsides with e-commerce because like I don't get to see the actual product that I'm going to get before I purchase, which, you know, you go into a store, you're walking out with the item in your hand, you saw it in the store, you know.
Yeah.
So you're less likely with a brick and mortar store to get a nasty surprise, although more companies are like putting their stuff in boxes that you have like no window on, so you walk out with just a cardboard box and hope that what's inside matches the picture on the box. So yeah, like I mean, there's obviously a slightly bigger chance of somebody selling something that's not what it, you know, but by this point we should all be aware of what drop shipping is, and we should kind of, you should know the signs of what, when it's someone who's actually making a real thing versus somebody who's just drop shipping something.
Makes sense, definitely. But then, okay, so we commented on the QVC type aspect, but what about the video? Like someone shows like a thing, I'm using this product, it's like a short video, kind of goes over what the product is. It's like under like 20 seconds long, probably. Does it grab your attention enough to say, hey, I should buy this product for XYZ reason because it was a very short form content.
The amount of times I've almost bought a Ninja Creamy because of the ice cream that they made, and I'm like, man, that looks so easy and so good. The part they don't show is you have to wait 24 hours before you can actually make it to freeze all the stuff. But you know, I resisted, but you know, some of them are pretty interesting, I will say.
You just unlocked a core memory that I want to remind me to tell you the ice cream memory later, because it's not quite relevant to this conversation, but it just unlocked it. I would say it really depends on whose video. The one good thing about social media is you kind of start, I mean, to the best that we can really know anybody, you kind of start getting to know certain people and like what their niche is, I guess is the best way to say it. So like if I'm seeing a ad for a watercolor palette and this girl that normally does makeup tutorials is the one showing it to me, I'm not gonna probably buy it just because she's raving about how good it is. But there are several artists that I follow, and if one of them is either like a multimedia artist or specifically a watercolor artist, of which I follow multiples of both of those categories, and that person is saying, hey, for the price, this is actually a really good watercolor palette, I'm much more likely to consider purchasing that if watercolors are something that I'm interested in. Because they have that expertise to tell me, hey, this is worth your money.
Okay. No, okay. Yeah, I've done something like that, I guess.
What did you buy on?
So recently So I'm in the process of moving. I got like this new job, but so I was like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, reward myself. I got these. I don't know if you've seen them. They're AR glasses. I haven't gotten them yet because they haven't been released yet. But they're these. It's such a waste of money. But I saw a short of someone using them. I'm like, that looks so cool, and I don't want to get full VR.
Yeah.
So I got AR glasses.
Is it the one that's not the eye one? The Apple one, I mean?
No, it's not those. They're called like the X-Real 1 Pros I got. So they literally just look like sunglasses. But you know, if you're like really suspicious. So, but I was just like, man, this looks great. Like I just got I plugged it. Twin Creed, yeah. Almost bought a pair too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna splurge because I never had like a VR thing before, and I'm like, I don't want full VR. I'll just plug, because you can like plug it into your Steam Deck, and then it'll project the screen on the glasses, and like you can have like
that's sick though.
That's what I mean. So you you can like plug it into that or your computer, and like you can see everything, but then it'll have like a fake monitor like above your other monitor or something. So they're coming in like sometime in March. I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, let
when
us
I
know
get
how.
home.
Please do.
Yeah, I'll let you know. And I got like prescription inserts for like a little extra charge too. So like
Oh,
you know, if you
wow.
wear glasses, you can put in. Yeah, I'll let you know how it is. But
Okay,
a
that's
short got me with that.
done.
I will say, and I'm like crap. Like, but it was. I was
Well,
like no.
yeah. The last one I bought when I saw something was really related to because I have like really bad neuropathy in my feet. So there's like these compression socks. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I thought there would be like good, but I mean I've used it so far and like during the night it helps because like the way neuropathy works where the blood flow to your feet is kind of like not as good. So like the compression that kind of opens up the blood vessel more, and it actually is working. So, but yeah, they called me with that one ad. I'm just watching this. I'm like, and I have no pain after, putting these socks on for a while. And I was like, well, there you go. Short form content at its best, and it caught me to buy these neuropathy socks. Tell my feet, and they have been helping. Put it that way.
I don't know why I'm thinking of like those. They use them at like PT, like physical therapy. Not PT the person, physical therapy places,
Yeah.
where like it's like the pants that you put on or something, and it like it's almost like a blood pressure thing for your entire leg, and it like yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So something similar, something good, something we'll wait till March to see Han reports back and says how those classes work, if they work very well. So we'll see. But yeah, but short form content is pretty much out there. AI, I mean, like people promoting stuff. I feel like that's like the new scrolling because you mentioned QVC. I don't know if any of our listeners have remembered what QVC was. I do. I think Faye does. I think Han Murray does. Han, do you remember
My
what QVC
grandmother was
Oh yeah. My mom was all over QVC. Like, oh, look at this beautiful next. Oh my gosh, we only have 3 left to eat. Really? And I've seen people do the exact same format on the TikTok live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You guys gotta get this candy. We've only got 2 more boxes I can do. Or
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So that was probably the older generation's version of this kind of short form meter, but on the TV. So it was on a TV channel. You just tune to the channel, you watch, you call in, you have someone peddle you a product for like an hour or so, and kind of like recycles and repeats after a while. So,
My grandma used to sit in front of the TV and she had a notebook and she'd write down the item numbers. And then when her list got sufficiently long, she would call in and she'd order like 20 items.
oh wow, there you go.
that's efficiency, though.
That
I
is
will say.
amazing, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was very efficient in her money spending.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. So, moving on to the next topic. Faye, because I know you don't ever rather be first. What is your question? Of the AMAs,
I guess I don't know if y'all actually will have an answer to this, but outside of like your Twitch channels, do y'all have any other projects that y'all are wanting to maybe start working on this year? Be it like content type project, like maybe like start a YouTube channel or a second Twitch channel, or like Ty, you already have the podcast, but things of that kind of nature.
Honey, you want to comment on this? Because you can probably comment for both of us.
So, I mean, it's your podcast. You do it. Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
I mean, you
no, you do it because I like your spin. You spin them. Go on.
Oh, are you talking about the new channel thing?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So me, Ty, PT, Hero, and Seawolf. It's everyone, right? 5.
That's everyone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we all. I had to make sure. I'm like, is there like 6? We're all doing this. We're starting a channel together to start doing more. Like, so far we're testing waters with like survival content. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but we're kind of getting together, and we're really reacting off of each other pretty well so far from one of the test footages I've seen.
And also, it's like it's not like streaming because streaming with some people's faces. We're totally eliminating that from the equation. So like, you follow this character around their point of view, who kind of switch from one person to another person. Also, is kind of like a mishmash of an experience that took over 2 hours for all of us, down to like
And even more time for PT.
and more time
Because she's
edit.
editing it all.
Yeah.
So Ty didn't tell me much details on this, but he did mention this briefly. PT, I have a thing y'all should start doing, if y'all haven't already, that I had told Ty about that will help with lining up your editing.
Oh, I did say. You mean about the clapping?
Yeah.
Clap.
Yep. My thing is like I gotta turn off the filter because my mic does not pick up claps.
Yeah.
I was going to do that.
Yeah,
I think mine was doing the same thing, so I was kind of going like clap.
Clap.
Like, I was trying to clapping and
We apologize for the next video because you're gonna be like, I have to do this again and line up your audios. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing that I picked up from the. I've made a few videos here and there. They never make it anywhere, but I have done it, and that was one thing that I picked up to be able to sync up video and audio. Because I can see when my hands meet. I can hear the clack in the audio. You line it up, but it also works when you have multiple audio things that you're trying to get lined up.
Obviously, Hans burp. Han did burp at the last time. He burped right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. I may have burped one time. I apologize.
That's
My bad.
hilarious.
There you go. That's picked up by everyone's like clapping and Hans burped. No.
Oh
I said,
gosh,
excuse me.
that is so funny.
And I feel like and the funny thing about doing this with like 5 other people so far, and we're kind of starting out, it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics of how people interact with each other. Because like it's like I don't know, it's kind of interesting because like some people would be gung ho, some people would be like Han will wander off and do something on his own. It's like Han, he's like, what? I'm over here doing stuff. So like it's kind of just like interesting to see the reactions and everything. And doing survival games is interesting too because you get you're interacting with the environment. So if something happens to one person, it kind of affects the whole group. So it's kind of interesting to see how this progresses. So more to come, but that's what we're kind of working on outside of streaming and for me also outside of this podcast. But yes.
I can't wait for the proximity chat games. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, that'll be like
Yeah.
definitely that would be fun too. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get the link once y'all go live with it.
Yeah. All right. So I know I talked to you before. Are you considering something else to do outside of streaming also, or are you kind of still?
I've been tossing around the idea of starting up a YouTube channel that will be completely divorced and unrelated from anything that I am doing on Twitch. This actually will kind of circle into the next segment, which is my hyper fixation of the month.
Well, there you go. Let's go into that segment now. The first segment. Perfect transition. All right.
So, my brain has been very much like, I need to craft, I need to make things. I haven't done anything crafty in like 2 months because when I moved, none of my hobbies made it fully intact. They're all missing bits and bobs. But right now I'm really hung up on wanting to get back into bookbinding. And specifically, I'm wanting to rebind some of my paperback books. Like this is going to be my first one, Howl's Moving Castle, and turn it into a hardback because it's Howl's Moving Castle and it deserves a pretty cover.
Yeah, nice.
It does.
And I've been talking to a lot of my friends about, wanting to get back into bookbinding, which has opened up a lot of discussions about like most people haven't thought about like the anatomy of a book and what actually goes into bookbinding. So I've been talking about it a lot, and I've been considering like maybe just starting a crafting channel and just like making the things and letting people see the process of actually, making a book from scratch or rebinding a paperback that you already have or whatever craft I happen to do, because I have like 6 crafting hobbies that I rotate through. So why not?
Do you have
You gotta
Oh,
change
good.
them seasonally or something. Sorry.
That's right. Do did a example make it with you or no for binding? Like some of you bound?
So all of the books that I have ever bound in the past, I gave away as gifts because I made them with the intention for like the reason I made them to begin with was gifts. I actually started book binding because my best friend was very artistic, but she was also not very well off and did not have many sketchbooks and even less with actually good quality paper. So I went and got a huge notebook that had paper way bigger than what she was ever going to use. And I made her just this really thick, personalized sketchbook that had like really good quality paper in it that she could draw on. And like, yeah, I think I've made her 2 or 3 sketchbooks in total so far. And she's already on the books for getting 3 more books once I get all of my stuff. But this time they're like reading books, not sketchbooks.
Makes
So I've been, since I don't have all the materials yet, I've been learning typesetting because that was one thing I never did in the past was actually print. I never made books that had like words in them. It was always like notebooks and sketchbooks and things like that. So I've been learning how to typeset everything so that it'll all be in the right order and that it'll look professional, and I'm excited. I cannot wait. I will post pictures when I have them. Trust.
Oh yeah, nice.
Trust.
Oh,
Tom will see it in real time.
I will see it in real time. That's true. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna kind of end it there, which is pretty good on the mark. Because I was like, "How long do you go for?" It's like an hour and a half. I'm like, great. We're almost at that point. so yeah. But yeah. So this is kind of the predictions episode. So hopefully, let's try to figure out this. Do you guys have anything? Okay, this is kind of on the spot. I don't know if you can answer it, and if you don't have it here. Do you have a prediction for this year? Because we're in January. What do you predict may happen for you? May happen for people in general? May happen for, I don't know. Dude, I have no idea what else to say. But what would be your predictions for the future? Maybe if you have one.
It's gonna be a crazy year.
That's a good prediction.
There you go.
No, you wanna divulge? No. Okay.
Nope.
I'll do a simple. Also, no explanation. People are gonna buy the Switch 2 and then complain about it, but still get it anyway.
They're making a Switch 2? What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they announced it.
you just said. They've been under a rock.
And don't worry, they said it has the processing power of a PS4 Pro. And I'm like, oh, it's handheld. I'm like, Steam Deck I think is better than that, but okay, whatever.
Okay.
All right, that's my
That's
prediction.
your prediction.
Crazy year.
Crazy year. I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of hard to say. I feel like maybe TikTok will go away, but that's a very lefty prediction because it didn't ban it and really stick. So we'll see how TikTok's been. Maybe I think months later, maybe something else will take its place. I don't know what yet, but who knows?
And they only extended it by like 70, 75 days or something.
Yeah,
I think
It was 90.
Like was it the full 90? Oh, okay. Good deal. Either way, I think people are looking for other things.
Yeah, I feel like something big will take over, but I don't know what it'll be. I don't know what it'll be called, but we'll see. I'll just progress, and we will count this in about 12 months to see if they actually came true. So make sure I clip this for later. But we'll see what will happen. See if Faye says it's a crazy year. Would it be a crazy year? Everyone buy the Switch 2 and
hates it.
They hates it.
But still play it. Yeah.
Still play it. And then I'll say there'll be another social media app out there that is not TikTok, which I don't know what it'll be, but we'll see. All right. So, what's your schedule like? I know you're in the middle of moving. Will you be streaming next by chance?
Okay. Oh crap, that's actually a really good question. Maybe potentially Sunday, but be like aware of like I'm gonna try to stick with the Tuesday, Thursday this week upcoming. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, so schedule will be up in the air. Not next week or the week after, but like starting around the 15th, 16th, the schedule's gonna start getting a little wonky. So
Okay, there you go.
just keep a lookout for the Tuesday, Thursday, and I'll post.
And, as you can see,
schedules.
twitch.tv/HanSarris. So make sure you come check her out. Faye, are you going to be streaming tomorrow night, do you think?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch. Probably around 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Gotcha. And we're doing Insanity, right?
Yes.
The hesitation pause. It's like, yes.
I legitimately forgot what I was doing on Wednesday.
Oh, it was
I
so
have
scary
the
on
memory of a
Wednesday,
gnat.
the palpitations that she was feeling by the end of that stream.
Oh,
She was like,
oh.
I can't continue, but I'll come back to
My
this.
chest hurts so much.
No.
Yeah. So yeah. All
You
right,
got
I'll be
this.
there we go. And I'll be back
Thanks.
Sunday for more talk off and and then the 30-second ad. I'll pause my fun for 1 second. But Sunday for talk off, and I think there's going to be some more RAF. So I think I got Seawolf, PT, and Hero ready for some more. But it's a good time. I have to repeat myself in about 30 seconds, so apologies for podcast listeners. If you're listening, I will have to say this one more time. And
Dang ads.
dang it.
They always pop in at the worst time.
That's true.
They really do.
All right, and we're back. So yeah, so Sunday, Tarkov, in the morning and the afternoon will be probably Wrath with PT Hero and Seawolf. We're continuing on the journey. I have yet to complete that game, even though they came out with that DLC so many months ago, because every time I play it and start it, we have to start over again. I'm like, and I have to go through the whole storyline to the point where I get to, but I think we're at the point where we're getting to the last area before the new stuff comes on, so a couple more streams to go probably, but we'll see. So I'll be back there on Sunday. All right, so thanks again for guys for being here. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
The audience also appreciates you. And I know you can hear it. They can hear it over there. Our catch-up studio audience. And then, yeah, but then we'll catch that. So that's it for TNF podcast, no longer TPP, formerly TNF. And we will be back next month for season 4, episode 2. All right.
Dude, yeah.